Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is episode 163, my brand new Comics Haul series, where I show you guys all the new books that I pick up at my LCS every week. I've got 5 issues this week. 4 of them are actually from this week, and one of them came out last week, so I'll show that one at the end. First of all, though, I just wanted to mention that video that I talked about posting last weekend, where I filmed like a day in the life working at my local comic shop, which I recently picked up a job there. I have not gotten around to editing it, so I'm hoping to put it out tomorrow, maybe before next weekend. So look out for that. I have filmed it though, and it should be interesting. I've filmed some cool behind the scenes stuff. So for anyone that's asking about that last week, I'm gonna have that ready definitely before next weekend. But let's just get started here with probably the biggest release for Marvel Comics this week. We've got Venomverse Reborn #1. This one I think is just going to be 4 issues. Honestly, I picked it up off of the stands because it's heavily involved in the current Venom like ongoing run, which is like 30 issues deep now or something like that. That Al Ewing has been writing. I haven't been reading it for a really long time. I fell off of it I think after like the 5th or 6th issue because it wasn't quite what I was expecting. It got a little bit convoluted, I know, with like all the different Kings in Black. From different like timelines and stuff is kind of where I left off, but I know that a lot has happened since then, and it's become this like time jumping, universe spanning type thing. A big like cosmic epic seems to be what it's turned into, which makes sense following Donny Cates' run. Honestly, I've kind of regretted hopping off of it as the issues have gone by because it looks like they've done some really interesting stuff with it. And Al Ewing is one of my favorite writers. I think he did a really good job on like Immortal Hulk and series like that. Venom, it seems like, is definitely a lot different tonally and also in terms of genre. But this one is leading into this new event they're doing called Venom War, which is going to be written by Al Ewing. They're announcing like more and more tie-ins for it. I might make a video maybe covering all the tie-ins soon, because it looks like, excuse me, it looks like it's going to be a pretty big event with like a bunch of different like 3-issue miniseries tying into the actual main event and everything. So they're really going out on another Venom event, which it's been a while since King in Black. That was the last really big Venom event that we had. And I assume this is just, a way to advertise for the new Venom movie and stuff. There might be some rekindled interest in the character. But this is just like short stories, I think, in different universes. I'm not sure how the multiverse idea is actually going to play into the event itself. Because I get the idea that Venom War is going to be more of a, like regular Marvel Universe 616 type thing. So I'm not sure how these stories are going to fit into that. But it should be fun. I really like the cover, and there's some cool creators on this issue, so I figured I'd give it a try. Let me know if you guys are planning on picking up Venom War and which tie-ins look good and all that. Next up, though, another really big one from Marvel Comics. We've got Ultimate Spider-Man #6. Honestly, probably my favorite Marvel ongoing series besides like Jed McKay's Moon Knight, because that holds a special place in my heart. But this one has been really, really good so far. I actually remember being not too sure about the first issue because it really leaned into like the character analysis, like heavy pages of dialogue that Jonathan Hickman is kind of prioritizing in this series. But it's a good balance where we have some interesting action and stuff, but it really is more about like Peter's family dynamic and his relationships to these different characters that are a lot different than what we've seen in the regular Marvel Universe. How it's different in the new version of the Ultimate Universe. So like we see him teaming up with Green Goblin, Harry Osborn in an interesting way, and things are just a lot different. Hickman is really good at playing into those strengths though, and really prioritizing the things that people have wanted from like Amazing Spider-Man and from the actual main Marvel Universe for a really long time, and making sure that he can give that kind of fan service while also telling a pretty original story. Marco Cacchetto is back in the artwork for this one. We had a guest artist who I thought actually did a pretty good job in the last couple issues, but I think Cacchetto is back on for a few now. And yeah, this has been really good, really great progression of the story so far. Each issue takes place over the course of a month, so it's almost like it's playing out in real time. And I'm interested to see how this ties into Ultimates #1, which I just read, that ongoing series. Whether Peter Parker is going to get involved in like that global cause, or if he's just going to be remaining like more of a local hero. Really good though. I mean, I don't need to tell you this. You've probably heard it a million times. It's been a great series so far. So if you're not already reading it, that's a big recommendation. Next up, the last one I got from Marvel Comics this week was Doctor Strange #16. This is a Blood Hunt tie-in. This is in an interesting place right now because Doctor Strange is a vampire pretty much at this point, if it's not already been revealed to you reading Blood Hunt. The cover makes it pretty obvious, obviously, so it looks like we have Wong intercepting Doctor Strange in some way. I'm just interested to see how they are able to continue these Doctor Strange tie-ins and cement, like, this corner of the event or whatever. I'm not sure how connected him being a vampire is actually going to be to the rest of the main event. I haven't read #3 yet, so I was seeing in the credits page just now that it looks like this is set between #3 and 4, so I'll have to make sure to get my order right. With these tines that are actually written by Jed McKay, though, like this one and Avengers and Moon Knight, since they're all actually since they're all written by the main guy who's writing the main event, a lot of them are like set in between issues of Blood Hunt and stuff. They're not just generally readable like a lot of the other like 3-issue miniseries that they're making and stuff are actually tying into the event. So I really like the artwork in here by Pascal Ferry. I'm glad they have the main artists on some of these ongoing series, even though they're just doing tie-in issues right now. And Pepe Larraz in the main art, just crazy stacked creative teams. So looking forward to seeing what they do with this. I was seeing that maybe Jed McKay's run is actually ending like after these tie-ins. I think maybe with like number 18 with the solicit for that issue, it really made it seem like that. So it's been good. I've really liked his run. It makes sense that he would step off of it though, because he's got X-Men coming up. He's writing Avengers ongoing, which it looks like that's going to be continuing, and I assume he's going to continue with Moon Knight. So fair enough for him to drop one of those titles because he's got a lot going on. Next up, though, I've got one from Image Comics that came out today. It was Spawn number 354. Crazy cover there. This one has been okay. It only cost $3, so there's not much of a reason to stop getting it, I guess, is mainly the reason I'm still picking this one up. I've been liking the artwork by Brett Booth. That's definitely a big seller for the main Spawn title right now. He was on Gunslinger Spawn for a really long time and recently transitioned onto this one, onto the main title. It's just dealing with the fallout of Spawn 350, where we saw a new person take the throne of hell. It was a character I wasn't really familiar with, so it didn't hold a huge impact for me, but it might have for more long-term Spawn fans. Now Spawn is like powerless, and so are all of the other Hell Spawn that are roaming the earth, like Gunslinger and everyone. So I guess that's had a pretty big ramification on the rest of the Spawn's universe. And they're rolling out all these tie-in titles like Sam and Twitch. I think Misery number 1 came out today, which is like centering around Spawn's daughter. So definitely a lot going on. It's a good time to be invested in Spawn's universe. But I'm just picking up the main title, and we'll see where it goes, I guess. But yeah, that's Spawn 354. Lastly, though, I'll go over this one quickly, but Geiger number 3 came out last week. This one, I guess my shop had their lunar shipment in kind of late. I'm still waiting on a couple more issues also from Image Comics. But this one looks cool. I think it's supposed to reintroduce Junkyard Joe, actually, who we haven't seen since his miniseries came out probably like a year ago at this point. That was a while ago. And we're just now getting more of a reintroduction to all of the unnamed characters. So we'll see. It looks like Geiger finding a library. That's been kind of a central part of his character, is reading books whenever he can. This has been good. I've been liking this series ongoing. I'm kind of glad to see that we have the original creators on it and everything. Gary Frank does really good artwork. I'm not sure how long he's actually going to last on an ongoing series like this, but I like to see Jeff Johns really like rolling out titles for the unnamed, because that's been my favorite of all the Ghost Machine stuff so far. And, you know, it started way before Ghost Machine even existed or anything. So that's really what I'm invested in a Ghost Machine for, is all the Geiger and, you know, Junkyard Joe, Redcoat, all that kind of stuff. But those were the 5 issues I picked up this week. Let me know what you guys got down in the comment section below. Like I said, I'll try to have that behind the scenes working at a comic shop video out, hopefully tomorrow, but definitely before the end of the weekend. Appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.